There we go. This is probably better. I don't know why Streamlabs does that. It seems like flip a coin and it mutes my headphones. I have no idea why. Thanks for letting me know. So I was just saying I'm gonna be going over rituals, and it looks like stuff is working here. The links are working. Yep, looking good. So I need to go through all the rituals, and the goal here is to test if they work and kind of record what the new patterns are for things. So World Essence, Purification, and Corruption. Let's try each one of those. So this is the Ritual of Corruption. Put those down. I like this highlight system. This is awesome. Then an obelisk goes in there. Nice, I get to see what the hell I'll be through later. Just started my mage journey earlier today. What you see right now is going to be different than what you are playing with on the mod database site. Here we go. I'm working on the mod rewrite, so it's the stuff you will see soon. Alright, let's see here. So, throw reagents one by one and cast transmutation. Reagents, 4 primordial fragments. Wrong. I know you're working on the later update, yeah. A lot of good changes. Yeah, I'm gonna go through this. I still need to... I think I finished Healing Surge. Let me see here. So it's a positional AoE. So I'm going to trigger it. Yeah, look at that. So it's what Healing Surge does is it's an AoE damage, but to players it will actually be a heal. So if I were to take some damage here, there we go. Look at that bear. But I could do this at my feet, and I should be able to heal myself. We'll see. Yep. Bam. Although I'm freezing to death. There we go. I love these admin blocks. Hi, Bingley. Hi, buddy. I know. You want a treat. I know. Later. You get a treat later. Let's get some water. So Healing Surge is done. I just have to figure out what I'm going to do for the spell called Sacrifice. Delicious water. Here, let's sit up. Yeah, I don't know what Sacrifice is going to be. It's such a cool name, though. It's gotta do something cool. Something like you give up something. Maybe I could put Withered on you, and then it does something. It can't be pure damage because it's an incantation spell. But we'll get to it. All right, let's check this out here. So I did the Ritual of Corruption, right? Or I was going to. Sacrifice sounds like a badass spell. Yeah, at first it was going to be something where you would sacrifice like a percentage of your health to trigger a heal on someone else. But I was thinking, like, why bother, right? Like, Alteration can have all the heals. This has got to be something better. Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I still have to do. A lot of stuff. So let's go back over to here. Yeah, because this is wrong right here. Let's change that. I'm gonna move this over. I'm gonna bump this out. And we're gonna close other tabs. And now we'll throw this back in. There we go. Cleaned it all up. I need to get into the block entity for the sigil. There we go. Ritual sigil. Let's look for corruption. Yeah, see, throw in reagent primordial fragment. Let's look for that key. I think I'm going to make a new key. Yeah, I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a generic key. And I'll just call it throw in, I'll throw in required reagents. There we go. Throw in reagents one by one and cast transmutation reagents. Oops. There we go. So I will have this be array index 0 and this will be 1. Now I can copy this whole thing, paste it in here. And then we're going to have one new object, and then a second new object. So the first thing is going to be just a string, right? And I can say Arcanus. And then instead of the world essence amount, this would be Ritual of Corruption. Oh, let's do dot reload language. System object array. You know what? Hold my beer. This is not the way. Here, I'm gonna cut this out. Instead of doing a new object, I'm just gonna do it like this. We'll cut this out. Paste. There we go. So it's gonna input the key, and then Arcanus, and then the amount that you configure. There we go. Right, so throw in reagents one by one. Cast transmutation. Ideas for sacrifice. Don't know if it's possible, but the spell gains power the longer it's going. But the damage the player takes grow exponentially as the spell goes. I don't have the ability to do something like that. You're talking like in, if you play WoW, the Evoker, where like the longer you kind of channel the spell, the harder it hits. I would have to lay that foundation. I just got instant cast spells kind of squared away. And things like regeneration. Where did my staff go? We'll pull out the priest staff, why not? Alright, so I just got regeneration kind of working, so I could kind of cast it on myself. And then my health is full, but yeah, it's kind of like the druid regen. Yeah, I was thinking, I don't know how to handle sacrifice. Like, it's got to be something detrimental to you, but a big gain. Maybe, I mean, what? I don't know what it should even give you. Maybe like a life tap effect. Maybe like the warlock life tap. Although I could just make a spell called life tap, and then bring that in. Right, so where like you could sacrifice health for mana as incantation. I think that'd be pretty good, since they're pretty much like a mana battery. But if sacrifice has got to be something epic. I was thinking you could put the withered effect on yourself, right? Like maybe it inflicts withered on you, but maybe you could create a magic circle on the ground, and then if you cast a spell while standing in that, maybe it could like double the potency of like 3 spells or so. You know, like it wouldn't stay forever, but it would be like a very high damage kind of thing. It's darkness. Sacrifice. Work in progress. Okay, so what I can do here is kind of paste this stuff in. Whoops. Did that totally wrong. There we go. This would be the ritual of Purification, purification. That also takes Arcanus. And then the ritual of world essence. This would take primordial fragment. There we go. Alright, let's double check this. Yep, 12 Arcanus. Let's get some Arcanus. We will complete the ritual, make sure it works. Arcanus, where is it? There it is. Let's get rid of the temporal chalk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Was that 12? Crap. 1, 2, oh, damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, that's it. Alright, now we can cast Transmutation. Did not work. This is what I wanted to look at. Now let's look at Transmutation to make sure it's looking for the right things. Let's go down to spells. Temporal Touch, Spell Base. There we go. Transmutation Pulse. Rituals. Alright, this is the ritual of corruption that we're trying to do. Oh, because it's looking for primordial fragments, let's put in Arcanus-normal. The reagent amount, the output. Oh, I changed it for purification and not corruption. Alright, so it should work this time. Boom! Alright, hey, and it looks like we actually got a couple mana torches back. Alright, but that created the Devouring Void. Awesome. I'll put that back down. Alright, so that works. And let's go... Whoops! I did not mean to do that. I just unlinked the... It's a shame. This is what I meant to break. Alright, so Sigil of Purification. There we go. Oh. Alright, so that's looking good. Let's go ahead and put the mage candles down. Break that. And then we need some mana torches here. And then the only thing we're missing, if we look at this... So orange is the obelisk. Alright, so throw it in one by one. Cast Transmutation. It's going to take 12 Arcanus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Here, let's get the other wand. Let's get the bone wand. That one just has, like, a cheaper form of transmutation. Boop! There we go! Hey, not bad. Alright, that ritual works. Also love the thought of you not having to chisel each sigil for each ritual. Yeah, there was a lot of things that I wanted to improve. I had a whole list. But yeah, now it's nice, right? With the chalk, press F, and you have access to all the stuff. Eventually, what I would like to do is have maybe like an Ars Magica kind of like skill point system, or maybe like a Thaumcraft research kind of system to where like you won't see everything. You'll be able to, by doing things, unlock and like research, you know, all the other rituals, and, you know, same thing for spells and everything else. Water is good. But for now, I figured I'll just give it all to you. Alright, Ritual of Purification. Let's put that back down. I think up here I have a Ritual of World Essence already. Somewhere around here. Ah, there it is. Alright, let's relight these. You know what? Let's pull out the better, the Runed Wand. I hate pine. There we go. Bald cypress. Okay, this version of transmutation's better because it's an AoE. Boop. Alright. So let's see what this says. Throw on reagents one by one. So it wants 4 primordial fragments. That is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I cast transmutation here, it should... Oop, there we go. So we can create the oculus. Or, yeah, the obelisk. Not the oculus. I'll get rid of sacrifice for now. And it is a placeable block. We'll throw it overboard. Alright, so that ritual works. So we got that working, that's working, that is working. Ritual of Creation. Yeah, chiseling's a pain, yeah. That would be cool. Would not overwhelm players as much, yeah. Yeah, right now, like, if you know how to get through the mod, like, it's pretty quick. I got rid of the player magic tier restrictions. But you still have to, you know, you still have some setup to do. But the new version of the mod does feel a lot better. But it's going to be even nicer to, like, pull the stuff back and have it to where you, like, earn things by doing things. Alright, so rituals. Ritual of Creation. Ritual of Creation already broken. This is not right. I need other stuff here. We need light mana torches. So in sigils, this is going to be... So what do I have? World Essence. Purification, Corruption, and then we're going to move on to these 3, and then I'll do the 3 Runes of Power. And then Ritual of the Rust, Pyrolysis, and Orebringer. And then in here, actually, Infusion. Probably should have it like this. And then the 3 things, and then getting into, like, the flavor kind of stuff. The ritual as a spell kind of stuff. Alright, so let's save that. Alright, so for the multi-block structure, we're going to bring this back, so it's going to be mana torch, any lit. That is not right. This is going to be... Ritual of Creation is light mana torches. Copy, paste, make some space. Alright, so I have to think this through. It's going to be... 1, 0. We want the index of 2 there. Paste, 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 right? So, 1, -1. 0 those out. This will be 1. This will be -1. Alright, so let's break that, right? So I want inner pieces there. I want to show where the torches go. And we're going to have to do a similar thing for the other rituals as well. There we go. Alright, so I could put that down. If I do something in the wrong place, it's going to be red. A nice deep red. Two, three, four. Alright, that works. What about these? Crap. I gotta figure this out. I gotta figure that out. Mana Torch, light... Any? Let's do a reload. I think for this, it will show an inert mana torch to be acceptable. I think people are just gonna have to know that your mana torch needs to be lit. Okay, so it's actually seeing this as valid. Yep. Alright, we'll throw that overboard. So that being the case, let's look... So Ritual of Creation... Balance Destruction. We'll do World Essence first. In World Essence, it was just the basic lit torch, cobblestone, and the magic rune block. And then we have the Ritual of Purification and Corruption. So let me put a wild card in there. And then we will put a wild card in here. There we go. Kind of clean it up as I go. And I can get rid of that. Right, so those three things. So now it should read the mana lanterns along with the mana torches, as long as you got the essence type right. And then for creation, creation's going to be light. Copy that. Destruction is going to be dark mana torches. And then the Ritual of Balance is going to be neutral mana torches. And I just need things in these positions. Here we go. There we go. So that should fix all of the other rituals. Let's check the guidebook. Alright, so Ritual of Creation. You know what? It's not orange, though. It's not orange. These are yellow, right? It's like a pale yellow. Ritual of Creation. Alright, we gotta edit this. It's a pain in the butt. Let's see what it looks like here. Alright, I'm gonna edit this side first. Because there's not a Ritual of Creation 1, 2, and 3 anymore. And magic tiers are gone. So I kind of want it to be similar to this, right? Required blocks, and then what your reagents are going to be. So I could copy this. There we go. We'll paste that in. Copy, paste. So we have white being the magic rune, and I'll do pale yellow is going to be light mana torch. Let me check something here. So if I put in mana torch, so I can put in light and mana to get the light mana lantern and the light mana torch. Interesting. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to say light mana. And then we'll put this as a handbook search. And I'll put in a light mana torch slash mana or slash lantern. I'll just put in mana torch. Alright, there is no magenta. And there is no dark orange. Alright, so I'll copy this. And we'll paste it right there. Alright, so let's do a dot reload lang. Right, so this is better. White for the magic rune. And when you click on it, there we go. I show you what you can get. Let's back out. Oh, we got to put in a recipe for this. Temporal magic chalk. Put in recipe for temporal magic chalk in Foundry tablet. There we go. Add it to my to-dos. But that's not why we're here. So, required reagent, Arcanus, that does work. I do not have the amount here. Mainly because the amount varies. So, let's reword this a little bit more. Get rid of all of that. Copy. Paste. Alright, so we'll focus just on the ritual of creation. Fuel source, that doesn't really matter. I don't really need a modifier section. I think I just need a description, and then I need, like, what the conversions are. So this ritual combines items together to create something new. Combines items together to create something new. Let's get rid of all of this. Right to there. Oh, and I gotta fix the index arrays here. So this would be 0. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then down here, I can say amount varies, or I could say depends on conversions. There we go. Okay, let's see what this looks like. And this is why when I bitch and complain about, oh, I gotta do the guidebook, and people are like, but it's so good, it's so easy to do. Why can't you just do it? It's because it takes so long to do. A lot of back and forth. I hate the guidebook. This is the worst part of modding for me. I feel like I'm being punished. It's not fair. Alright, ritual of creation. You know, I don't like the X. I don't like that X there. Where is it? There we go. Dot reload language file. Here, let's navigate, go back. There we go. Oh, duh. I don't need the Arcanus in there at all. It's just the reagent. I should just say, depends on conversion. There we go. There we go. And then you would look at the conversions and you would see, yeah, loose stone to flint. These numbers are wrong, so let's fix that next. Let's go into here. Purification, corruption. Here we go. I got to get rid of these 3 things. Everything else should fall in place. Flint, obsidian, rusty gear, temporal gear, flower. Is that correct? Yes. Yes. Let's navigate away and go back. All right, 4 loose stone to 1 flint, 2 flint to 1 obsidian, primordial fragments, 4 of them to 1 rusty gear. Was it really just 4 primordial fragments to 1 rusty gear, or was it 8? Ooh. Let's figure this out. I could probably find it in code. What happened? Oh, God, what did I do? No. Oh. Hit F11 and... Oh, by mistake. Ugh. Oof. I took a screenshot. Obelisk. This is all I wanted. I just wanted to get 2 obelisks, that's all. So one of them, I'm gonna put in a primordial fragment. We'll get that burning. And then the other one, a rusty gear. There we go. And I will see how much each one is. I think the primordial fragment, what is it, 30 or 50 or 40? 30, 40, or 50? Come on, what do we got? 50. Okay, so if that's 50, how much do we get for 1 rusty gear? If it's 200, then it's 4. If it's 400, then it's definitely 8. I think I did change this conversion. It was 8 before, but I think I made it 4. Oh my god, come on. Oh, I should try this and make sure it works, huh? There we go. Let's get, what was it, flint? Let's make some obsidian. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll cast transmutation. Does not work. Let's figure this out while that cooks. Spell base, Ritual of Creation. So for Ritual of Creation, I'm looking for flint to make obsidian. That's obsidian right there. Let me just double check. Flint, okay, so that's going to be 4. Why do I feel like this is wrong? Oh, you know what? It's right. It's right. Alright, so then let's look at the Ritual of Creation. So I have 4 mana torch points. What does it say for the mana torch? Oh. It doesn't like mana lanterns. I think if I just get rid of this lit part, so it should cover lit and lantern, but not inert. I think that's gonna do it. Yep, that did it. Obsidian! 1, 2. Alright, moment of truth. 200. So it is 4. 4 equals 1. I guess I was right. Yeah, 4 primordial fragments will make 1 rusty gear, and then 8 rusty gears will make 1 temporal gear. Yep, if we click on that, it just gives me a search so I can see what these are. All right. Kind of check some stuff here. So random flower, papyrus. Yep, that works. Rusty gear. That works. Obsidian. Yep. Loose stone. Whoops. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, you scroll down and you can see what the loose stone is. Sweet. Okay, now that I did this, I'm gonna have to do the same thing for the destruction ritual. We'll get rid of the lit parts here. And then same thing for the balance ritual. Lit, 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 and lit. Minimize these as I go. I need to look at the other pattern checkers here. Scroll all the way up. Okay, Ritual of World Essence. This one isn't anything special. It's always going to be just a torch. So that one is good to go. I'm going to reorganize these as well, so it's the same everywhere. Alright, Ritual of Purification and Corruption. I'm going to cut these out. And we'll paste them right up top here. Alright, and for this, instead of neutral lit, we'll just make it neutral. And same thing for the corruption. There we go. All right, save. Okay, so those three should be good. Gonna create a bunch of space here. Because next are gonna be the minor rituals. Kind of scroll up to the top here. I guess I could get rid of the commented out stuff. There we go. Making it all the same order. There we go. Alright, so that should be all three adjusted. Alright, let's open up the guidebook. So here, I'm gonna add to that wording here. We'll get rid of that. Grab this. Paste. Alright, this ritual combines together... combines items, or I should say... objects together to create something new. Can do in batches of... There we go. Oh man, this is gonna have to be array 0. This sucks. So then this is array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alright. Let me take a look here. Loose stone. 4 loose stone to 1 flint. Hmm. I wonder, instead of 2, should I have like an arrow kind of pointing over? Should I just have that? Could be like, maybe something like that. Let's give it a try. Oh, geez, auto mod. Yes, one of the major challenges of coding when you do something earlier in the code and have to go back and change things after, or face the code saying "fuck you." That's what the code actually does. And you know, my code actually says "fuck you" to another mod as well. I've laid my curses for a combat overhaul deep in my code, in my code's heart. Reload language. There we go. So that'll raise that at index, right? Can do batches of whatever. Oh, I can't do it that way. It's gotta be 2. That's lame. Copy. Paste. At least I can do all this stuff while the game's running. There we go. So I guess I'll keep the word 2. I have to put in the other variable, but it's kind of different with each one. I think for now, let's go back into here, right? Ritual of creation. We're gonna get this config dot batch. We'll look at the batch tier for Flint. Alright, save. Here we go. There we go. Oh, I got the wrong one. I put the wrong thing in. Hold on. Wait. I got this. Instead of description, there we go. I wanted the actual just number. And I need to change this. Default is batches of, I'll say 16, but this can vary depending on configs. There we go. And I'm going to put the static number in here. I'll just say a string, and it should be 16. That way there's like a disclaimer, right? Because I allow people to change batches for all this stuff. There we go. Default is batches. Default is batches of 16. But this can vary depending on configs. Alright, so this is the foundation. This is kind of what I want for this other stuff here. So now that I got one working right, we are going to copy the other 2. Paste those other 2 in. I can copy, paste, paste. So this is the Ritual of Balance. This is just going to be Mana Torch. And this will be Ritual of Balance. And then this will be Ritual of Destruction. And this will be a Dark Mana Torch. And then I need to copy... Crap. Copy this. Paste. Alright, here we go, here we go. Combine something new. Default is batches of 0. This can vary depending on configs. Yep, I want that part. Right down here. This ritual breaks items down into create something new. And then I give the default. And then default. Okay. So let's copy these. Paste. Alright, so the new format here. Dark Mana Torches, that is correct. And then the regular Mana Torches. It's, kind of sucks, but... I mean, technically it does have the Lantern and the Mana Torch here. I need to get rid of the modifier section for each. Alright, so... Oh, jeez, this is the wrong stuff. Copy. Oh wait, here it is. Here it is. So, get rid of modifiers. Fuel source. There we go, get rid of that stuff. Same thing up here, so let's get rid of the modifiers. Right there. So I gotta fix the arrays, so that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's 11, 12, 13, 14, alright, same thing here, so 0. I think that's it for this, because the balance is a 1-to-1 conversion. Alright, so these three should be done. Paste it in, kind of squeeze it all together here. Just like that, save. Fireball, reload. Alright. This is the first thing. Alright, the new Ritual of Destruction. This ritual breaks down items to create something new. Default is batches of 16, but this can vary depending on configs. Obsidian to flint. Aha. I gotta come on down. We'll put in 16 statically there. And then for here, I'm gonna put in a static 16. There we go. 2-to-1 ratio. There we go. Rusty gear to primordial fragments. Cattails papyrus to rot. Placed log directly to resin. It's not the best. Calcined flint. I forgot about this. Someone had suggested putting this in. Forgot you can make lime. Alright, and the Ritual of Balance. So again, a ritual changes items to create something new. Default is in batches of 16. This can vary. Yep, and you got your clays, your flower pots to random variants, gravel to salt, sand, sand to gravel. Awesome. So that's 6 rituals down. So we are on to... It's not going to be Ritual of the Rust. I think I'm going to put the Ritual of Runic Power next. But before we do, we got to test each one. So here we go. Ritual of Destruction. Let's get some Dark Mana Torches. Here we go. See, for this, it's going to be purple. Instead of pale yellow, this is going to be... Maybe I'll call it, like, pale purple. One, two, three, four. Oh, I was gonna say, if I had that obsidian, I could just throw it in. Let's break down a rusty gear. Why not? I'll break down 3 of them. We should get, I think, 12 primordial fragments. Boop. There we go. Yep, 12. Alright, so that ritual works. Let's do the Ritual of Balance next. And this is cyan. There we go. And since this is the Ritual of Balance, I don't know, let's get gravel of some kind. There we go. Boop. Transmutation. There we go, we should get the sand equivalent. And we did. Excellent. Get rid of the rest of this stuff. All right. So that is 6 rituals that are working. In the guidebook, let's, what should I put in? What should go next? Okay, so I'll do the Ritual of Runic Power next, right? Oh no, maybe I should do the Ritual of Elemental Infusion. No, you know what? I'll do it like this. Because if I'm thinking about it, you'll need the World Essence, right? And then you'll need the Runic Power before you even get any Grimoires to then use this, the Elemental Infusion ritual. So I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Bing, bing, bing. Alright, so Ritual of Runic Power. So I kind of have something done here. I have something for 1, 2, and 3. You know, I gotta come up with the 3rd Ritual of Runic Power. Yeah, I gotta figure it out. But I got all 3 textures in, so it's not gonna crash on me. Let's pull up the guidebook. We're gonna format it. Let's lower the playback quality here. There we go. And... alright. So what page is this going to be on? 15 is what we want to start on. So I think I'm going to copy this. Page, we'll do 7. I'll copy 7. And this is going to be 15. I have to fill in the blank a couple places here. So Ritual of Runic Power 1. So I want the Ritual of Runic Power 1. Paste, 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 paste. Ritual of Runic Power 1. Alright, paste, paste. So that is 15. I need 17 and 19. So this is going to be Ritual of Runic Power 2. 2, 2, 2. 2, and 2. And then this will be Ritual of Runic Power 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3. There we go. And then in here... oh, okay, I have something typed out already. I don't know if it's going to be good enough, but at least we got localized keys. So let's do a reload lang. And now let's go back in. All right, so page 15 is now the Ritual of Runic Power, and it's got the right one. This ritual infuses magical energies to create an Arcanus runestone. If I click on it, you can see what it is. Good. This is a magical block that can enhance magical structures. Oh, this is a block that can enhance magical structures. This information is wrong. Here, let's pull out a Ritual of Runic Power. Actually, this is what the ritual is right here. There we go. I think I have to change this. Yeah, it can't be lit. It's gotta be wild card. Alright, so Mana Torch neutral. Mana Torch neutral. Mana Torch neutral. Okay. And then we got dark and light as well. All right. Oh, I got to reload after making that change. So it shouldn't see that as wrong anymore. And while this loads, we kind of put all this stuff together. There we go. Make it nice and neat. Nice and pretty. There we go. So it is happy about that. Oh, one more thing to check. It was this part I have to change. Cut. Paste. Copy. Make sure no one's trying to get a hold of me. Sweet. Alright, so throw in reagents, minor ritual, with an empty array. You know what? That's actually pretty good. I'll get rid of all this extra stuff. Perfect. Save. So that should at least give me the correct little tooltip at the bottom. Alright, and... seems kind of basic still, but it should be, I'm thinking. We have the enchanted chiseled stone. Inert mana torches, which are the same as light. Yep. So this is kind of what I want to have in the image. So let's pull up the image. There we go. 1, 2, 3. So I need the mage candles down. I think everything else is good. Except for this. So I will copy this. Whoops. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. That should be what it is. And I think blue is the middle block. See, this time around, what I'm doing, yeah, it's actually a dark blue, so I'll make it darker. I'm trying to line up the highlight colors with the pictures as well, so everything's kind of uniform. But it's kind of like this color blue. Maybe I'll make it a little more vivid for the blue. There we go. And then we will paste. I can get rid of that. Oh, no. Darn it. Let's open that back up. I keep forgetting. This needs to be the center of these. There we go, and let's pull up the minor rituals here. There we go, and save this. Save, and save. This is the ritual of balance. I gotta change this. Right, because those were the regular mana torches. I think... yeah, I need to come up with colors here, so we will do kind of a pale purple. Maybe do like a 7-5. This is for the Ritual of Destruction. That way it's different than the magenta. And then this is the Ritual of Light. This was a pale yellow. There we go. You know what? For being purple, let's make it a little more pale. There we go. It's Beautiful. To change images, I'm gonna have to, because they're already loaded. We gotta reload. Oh no. I'm almost out of water. I'm out of water. Oh no. I may have to get up for a moment. Alright, see, so it's the same kind of thing. There we go. So Ritual of Creation, pale yellow is going to be the light mana torch. Pale purple is going to be the dark mana torch. And then cyan. Maybe instead of cyan, I should just have it be like pale blue. But I guess it's cyan. Although I could change that now. Let's experiment with the color a little bit. So what if I did blue? And then made it pale. Oh wait, I think that's actually the color. I think that's the real color. Hold on. Crap. Yeah, that's the... I think that's the color, right? Now I'm gonna move this over here. Damn it! Freaking hate. Are you? I'm starting to get angry. God, this is all I want. I just want to put it like. There we go. Just so I can see it. That's all. It's a little more green, isn't it, than that? That's not the right kind of blue. There we go, I could just do this now. So what if I hit this up and then we fade this? Okay, that is a really good match for the color. So this is going to be the actual color here. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's done. That is done. Let's do a file, save all. Save. Okay, so I think that is everything so far caught up. Which means in here I can highlight all of this and I'll say anywhere you see cyan, anywhere you see this, put in pale cyan. Reload Lang. There it is. Perfect. Okay, so let's change this, right? So we're gonna have to have a chiseled stone, regular mana torches. I'm thinking. Here, we'll just copy the first one here. Gonna get rid of that. Copy. Paste. Copy. paste. There we go. Alright, so required blocks. There we go. Breaking it up just a little bit to make it easier. Paste, paste, right? So we got white. We're going to have pale yellow. If I look a little further up here, I have a whole thing for magenta. Right there. Magenta's gonna be the mage candle. And then I think this is enchanted stone chiseled. Right, was that the yep, enchanted stone chiseled. Which would go right there. Minimize that. There we go. Instead of doing a search, a handbook search, I could just go right to the main thing. So this is going to be block dash rustbound magic colon enchanted stone dash crap. Dash chisel dash, I think it's normal. Yeah, so it's enchanted stone dash chiseled. Normal dash. All right, I gotta look it up. I don't remember the full thing. Can I see the full thing if I hold down Alt? No. Still spills off the page. Awesome. Be cool if it did like word wrap or something, but guess not. I need the regular blocks. Enchanted stone. Here we go. So it's going to be chiseled. Oh, and that's it. Chiseled and then normal, right? Is it normal or none? Sugar. None. It's none. Okay, I can see the whole thing here. Perfect. And then for reagents, oh, what is this gonna be? Here, I could put this in. Paste. Right, so required reagents, and then it's gonna have Arcanus, because that's the reagent. Okay. I need to get rid of all the extra spacing here. Okay. Copy. So that should be the new Ritual of Runic Power entry. I'm just going to do a whole reload so it loads my textures as well. There's like no more water. It's gone. How long have I been streaming? About an hour and a half. Maybe I'll take the rest of this kind of offline. Go get some water. Because really, I'm just going to keep plugging away at this. And then I'll have the next alpha out. And then I also have to check RNG stats for grimoires. I gotta check those as well. And then I'm going to be getting the new server up and running. Start playtesting things. Alright, Ritual of Runic Power. That works. Boop. Alright. Yep, there's the magic chalk for the magic rune. There's my mana torches. The mage candle entry works. Enchanted stone does not work. Ooh. Does not feel good. Oh, duh. I had an extra dash in there. Alright, does the Arcanus work? Arcanus does. Reload language file. There we go. Now it works. Okay, I need to come up with the ritual for the tier 2 and then the tier 3. See, I was thinking this for like this should be like the tier 3. So I need something in between these two things. I have an idea. Where are my other mana torches at? Here we go. I could kind of do the same thing up here. Right? Could do that. And then this would be that. And then this. So it would look like that. I think this is a good thing for the tier 2 version. I'm thinking. Nah, you know what? No. Maybe I'll just have it be... I think I'll just have it be this. You just add the extra torches on the outside. And then the final version would just be the wraparound. Yeah, I think this is going to be the one. Alright, so... I suppose first thing to do is to pull this back up. So this is Ritual and Runic Power 1, so we just need 2 and 3. I don't need this up, right? But I do need this color. There we go. I just kind of want to see it all. There we go, just like that. So really... Dang it. Dang it. Put those on the outside, and then we have the purple. just like that, right? So, you got the magenta, the pale purples, and I think that is it. Save. Copy, paste, save this one. I can get rid of those two now. There we go. Sigil of Runic Power 2. Most of it's here. I need to prune out some of this other stuff. But this is actually pretty good. It's kind of like a mint green in here. So what if I do something like that? There we go. Oh, you know, it's kind of like a dark green. Like, it's not a truly vivid green. Okay, that's good. That's a good color. Okay, so Magic Station. I don't need that, and I don't need the large crystals, so index of 7 and 8 can go. So let's kind of scroll down here. So 7. Okay, so 7 can go. And 8 can go. And I believe, let's kind of take a look here. So -2, -4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this section can go as well. Okay, I'm gonna reload. So this should be correct now. That's it. That's it right there. That's the pattern. The green, everything. All right. And it equals that. So what I'm going to do here is copy the Ritual of Runic Power 1. Paste this in. And let's see, let's get out the... I don't need any of that. I don't need any of that. All right. And then I think Ritual of World Essence. Let me grab these, paste these in, because I just want to find the keys here, right? So this one's called Pale Purple. And that is the Dark Mana Torch. Right, so we're adding the Dark Mana Torch, and then if we go to the Creation Ritual... There, I just kind of put it all together. Alright, copy... Paste. Make that a 2. Paste. Make that a 3. Alright, save. Fireball. Reload language. Ooh. Minor Ritual of Balance 2. Oh man, I did it wrong. I meant to paste this in here. And then make that a 2. Copy, paste, make that a 3. That's what I meant to do. Alright, so that fixed that. Okay. Right, pale yellow, mana torch. So this is wrong. This is wrong. So this should be blue. I got this wrong anywhere else? Cyan, orange. Okay. I know what I did wrong. Copy, paste. Let's get rid of that one. So pale yellow mana torch. This should be pale. Cyan is the mana torch. Magenta is the mage candle. Pale yellow. See, it's not pale yellow here. It should be blue. Equals the enchanted stone. And it's going to be X amount of Arcanus. Then I'll put a copy, paste. And I need these two things right here. And instead of blue, it's going to be green. And the block is going to be runestone dash basic. This will be Arcanus runestone. This should be Ethereum. There we go. Save, fireball, reload. Alright, so we got blue matching blue, which is mapped correctly. Arcanus, that is correct. Okay, so for the next thing, Cyan's the mana torch. Green, yep, I typed that in right, so that's the Arcanus runestone. And then you got the yellow there, the pale yellow, which is the light mage candle, or the light mana torch. And then pale purple is the dark mana torch. And then Ethereum. Perfect! The Ethereum Runestone. Alright, so then Runic Power 3 is going to add a couple more things, because that is this guy right here. That is all of this. So I'm going to have a brown and a light orange, I'm thinking. And then the rest is pretty much the same. So that's going to be orange. And then that's going to be brown. Copy, paste. All right, looking good. So I'm going to paste this in. We are going to rotate it, and I'm going to copy this orientation. Look at that. Lazy. He's so lazy. Right, and then the next part is just going to be I have an idea. Let's see if this works. Copy. Paste. I guess I could just also do this, right? Flip it to white. This works. There we go. So this is the final pattern here. This is Tier 3 Mage territory. Alright, so I'm just gonna copy this. So instead of Ethereum, this will be Chimerite. Chimerite. For the reagents, and then we'll say brown is going to be crap, what is it? I'll do an exact printout of it. So it should be block dash Rustbound Magic colon elemental crystal dash rust dash large dash up. Is that it? I feel like that's wrong. Crystals, elemental crystals. Elemental crystals with an S. Rust large up. Okay, elemental crystals with an S, rust large up. I was close. And this is a large rust crystal. Crystal. And then this is going to be orange. And I think if I just do inert ancient, yeah, it pulls up all of the markers, pylons, everything. So in here, we're gonna say inert ancient, and I could say any inert artifact. Instead of any, I'll just say inert artifact. Boom. Alright, so this is going to be Ritual of Runic Power 3. Copy. Paste. There we go. All of that is together. Alright, reload the language file and let's take a look. Oh, I need the new image, so we gotta reload. And then I think after this, I'll probably call the stream here. I'll still work on this, but I'll probably, like, listen to real music or something. Get me motivated. Chimerite. That is great. Inert artifact. Excellent. Large rust crystal. Perfect. And that's the new image. Blech. Mana Lantern infusion. So I think the next thing that I would be working on... What would it be? Do I not have... I think it's this image here. Yeah, it's this one. I don't remember this. All right, let's take a look at it. I can't remember. Could be anything. It's probably one of those I did at 3 in the morning kind of jobs. Here we go. Elemental infusion is what I want. So we got runestone, mage candle. Oh, and the elemental crystal, of course. Of course. All right. This is actually pretty easy. I think I will just slink this one as done too. We will of course grab the magenta because that is the new color for the mage candles. I feel like this should be a little more complex, right? What if I do something, something like this? There we go. Kind of feel like I want this back over there, right? You got to think about the patterns here. Yeah, something like that. Maybe this. I think this will be the new pattern. So it's going to take quite a few crystals. Now, let me think about this. Because I have 2 crystal types now. So... I'm thinking you'll have to have... Ooh. You know what? Maybe this isn't the way. I'm gonna undo everything I just did. Except for this. How many crystals do I want with this? Because we could pop this orange here. I could maybe have 2. Maybe like this. Oh, let's give this a try. Honestly, I'm a little lazy, so I'm going to, you know what? This isn't going to be so bad. Right, because I would just do that. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam. So select all of that. So it's going to take 8 crystals. Now, do I want them to be large crystals or small crystals? I feel like they should be large crystals. Yeah. They are going to be large crystals. And I think what I'm also going to do is move these to the corners. I like the idea of like a gap being in between there. Right, so the candles will be on the sides. And then you'll have your crystals here, kind of wrapped around, encased in runes. I like that. It's perfect. There we go. Alright, it's complete. Save. Yeah, that was just a little too simple before. I'm gonna quit because I need to come down to here. And you know, instead of spell, ritual of elemental infusion, I mean, should it be classified as a spell or a regular ritual? Regular ritual. I've made an executive decision. So to change all of this, I'm going to have to do a search. Oh, Jesus Christ. How bad do I want to change this? Will anyone care? I'll care. So what do we got here? We got some tooltip stuff. For whatever reason, it's in recipes. Oh, that's the old grid recipes, the old napping. The disabled napping, right? So I guess recipes don't matter. This does matter. Meditation insight. Block entity ritual sigil. Drathium. You know what? This actually isn't that big of a lift to just remove the spell name. So we're gonna do that. Basically, I'm gonna move this over here. Right, so I get to double tap where it is. Each one here, right? So we'll get rid of that. And then for here, so it's localized correctly. This is the tooltip for it. Another tooltip. And then in here, oh, this whole thing needs to be rewritten. This should be chalk dash. There we go. And I'm just going to copy this, and we are going to bump it up. All right, Ritual of Balance, Ritual of Power. So it should be right in here. So if that's 19, this would have to be 21. And I'm going to copy this. Paste, 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 and paste. Make that a 2. Alright, so the guidebook should be updated. Alright, next thing, here we go. Let's get rid of that. For research, Ritual of Infusion. Am I even using this? This is block info, right? Oh, I got it. I know what I'm doing there. All right. I am using that. All right, so let's get this. Let's cut this out, bring this to the top. All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I gotta fix these, right? Okay, Ritual of Runic Power. Ritual of Runic Power 1, 2, and 3. And then Elemental Infusion. Perfect. Put a divider in there. Actually, let's use the same type of divider that I already got going on up there. All right. There we go. That's what I meant to do. So this is going to be Arcanus. This will be Ethereum. This will be Chimerite. It's going to be the Ritual of Runic Power. Ritual of Runic Power 1. Runic Power 2. Runic Power 3. And this will be Elemental Infusion. Damn it! I was hoping I had something for Elemental Infusion. You know, there is not a reagent type. This is going to be a little different. What if I could just put an empty string? Can I be lazy with this? And I'll say, any valid grimoire, or I should say any grimoire that supports any grimoire with elemental variants. There we go. Alright, let's keep going. So, get rid of that. Get rid of that. So this is the magical traits. There we go. Okay, Ritual of Elemental Infusion. Oh, I know what this is doing. None of this is working anyways. So honestly, this doesn't matter. These two blocks are retired. Okay, I will just change that here just because. Yep, we gotta change it here. Alright, last place. Right there, alright. Let's hop in the game. Let's build. Oh, we got 2 more places. There we go, there's 1. And 2. Alright, I will just do a quick check, and then, I don't really see anyone watching, so we'll probably end it. We'll end it here. Let me in! Let me in! There we go. Oh, and I may have to remap the model as well. Yep. Yep, if the texture asset could not find... Okay, so I need to come down to here. This is textures blocks. Not symbols. Magic rune block. Sigil. We gotta stop the game. And I gotta rename that. Perfect. Alright, so everything should be shifted over. Okay, so I should be able to come into here and find this, so it's right there. It's the same sigil, but it's new. And it's got the old mappings to it. Excellent. All right. Let's make sure runic power 3 crash. Okay, so it's looking for the ritual of elemental infusion. All right, where is it? Oh, because I never named it in the image. All right. There, we're just gonna stop it. I'll just stop it right there. There we go. All right, let's hop back in. Do 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 do. Bum bum ba dum bum 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 ba da bum 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 ba da bum 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 ba da dum. All right. Next one. Okay, good. We obviously don't have anything localized yet, but that is our correct image, and that is the correct symbol. Sweet. Now, do I have this saved? Section 3 dash. I think it was like 28, right? Yeah, elemental ritual of elemental infusion. Let's just take a quick sneak peek here. Ritual infuses elemental energy into specific grimoires, changing them to an elemental variant. Note, all grimoire crystals need to be the same type and size. Small crystals are for tier 1 spells, medium for tier 2. I don't want to say that because you're not using small crystals. Or, you know what? Maybe I could do something where small crystals are for maybe tier 1 general spells. I can say, and large crystals are for all other spells. There we go. Grimoires that can be converted will say so in their tooltips. Alright, so what else do we have here? We have variants. I don't care about any of that. Bow, 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 bow. Copy, paste, and paste. So I have no mana torches with this. So basically we have the chalk. Right there, and then we have the mage candle. And then orange, right? And then I think that's it, right? Because we have the orange here, and I'll just keep using the orange for the wild card. Yeah, that's a deep orange. All right. So instead of brown, Come on, where is it? Okay, instead of brown, it's gonna be orange. And then for reagent, it's going to be specific grimoire. All right, copy. There, paste, save, fireball, reload language file. All right. There we go. So it's got the new description. It's got everything placed. Large. So it's keyed to large rust crystals. So what I want to say is, can I do large? Do wild cards work? Dang it. So this search is like an exact string search. So I should say, maybe if I just do elemental crystal as a broad search on it. Any large elemental crystal and I could say elemental crystal. We'll change it to a handbook search. I reload the language file one more time. There we go. So orange will be any large elemental crystal. When you put it up, you'll be able to see all the large elemental crystals. You'll be able to click on them, and you'll be able to see where, you know, how you get it. Nice. He's so good. Required reagent, specific grimoire. All right, whatever. What do I have a grimoire search, I believe. What was it? Let's look at a specific grimoire. There was like a keyword search that I did. Oh, crap. Let's look at like fireball. Specific spell is the keyword I think I used. So, oh, look at that. That was wrong. Copy, paste, specific spell. And we'll say specific. I'll say like valid grimoire. Yeah, I'll just say grimoire. I already tell you, like, if you read the paragraph, right, you know, on the other side of the page, right, I tell you that, you know, it's for anything with an elemental variant and then how to find it. Oh, I did a whole world reload. I could have just reloaded the language file. Ah, well. Beep, 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 beep. There we go. And now when you click on Grimoire, it's going to bring up all the grimoires. And really, it's just a point of reference. Now I could go a step further, right? And I could say ×1. You know, just because. Let's take a look at this. I thought so. Undo, undo, undo. Dot reload language file. Undo. There we go. Okay. And all these pages, I have more space to maybe describe these a little more. But I think for now, this is pretty darn good. What do I have after this, right? I would just have... Right, because these are done, these are done, these are done, this is done. So I would have 5 more to put in the book, and then everything is done. It's pretty good. I may end up, Ritual of Pyrolysis, I may make that a 1, 2, 3. Maybe. The others, I think, are just going to be a 1. But, alright. Looks like we don't really have anyone watching here, so I think I'll call it here. I'm not done with this ritual yet. I still need to change it on the spell back end as well. Ah, man, I gotta come up with a... Speaking of spells, what am I gonna do with Sacrifice? What am I gonna do with it? I mean, I got an icon already. You need to... It's going to affect you in some way. But I don't know what that way is gonna be. Because I can put the withered effect on you. I don't know. I don't know. Kind of funny how sometimes you do that, right? And like you take no fall damage. I don't know why it does that. See, like I still took no fall damage. I have no idea. Kind of playing around now. Yeah, why is this the case? Very weird. See, I could take damage. You know, I probably should put something in here where, like, if it's linked to an essence generator, then it will hurt you. If not, yeah. But let me change that fast. That'll be a little quality of life thing. So let's go into the block station. Arc Light Furnace. I had to think, I almost said out loud, like, what the hell did I call this thing again? I was just looking at it. What is it? Alright, so on before render, generate mesh, possible ban evader, go get a life, there we go. Every time, I feel like every time I ban one of those people, it's like a big old, fuck you! Throw them out of a moving car over a cliff. Alright, and enemy inside. So what I can do here is say if, right, we'll start with if this dot crap, what did I... What did I have here for this? Block station generic. Okay, so it's not going to be through block. I think what I need is to get the, the block entity. Alright, so I'll get the block entity, and I'll say if BEALF does not equal null, right? Now I can come in here, BEALF dot connected provider essence. If this does not equal null, or you know what? How about this? If it equals null, right? So let me cut this out. If we'll put a return, right? So if it's not connected to anything, just return. If it is connected to something, yes. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wait, what? What's going on? Why is it unhappy? Alright, I'm just gonna do a quick reload. I have no idea why I did a quick reload, honestly. No idea. Right? So I can stand on here and not get hurt. If I go into there, I do. Alright. Why don't I cast regeneration on myself because I'm super cool. Boop. Look at that. Nice little heal over time. Nice little dot. Or hot, right? Nice little hot. Alright, so I guess that is that. We'll close that out. I can get rid of all of this. I still need a recipe for the temporal chalk. I got rid of the whole janky check system. I do still need to go through everything. There we go. And I think I have more to do stuff up here somewhere. But yeah, this is coming out pretty good. Pretty darn good. I guess I'm kind of getting hungry. I'm thirsty. It's about 5 here, so it's about dinner time. Grab some dinner. I don't know what I'm gonna make, but it'll be something delicious. Is there anything else I want to do before I head out? I mean, I guess besides continuing to work on this. Oh, I gotta redesign this part too, because this is all different. I'm gonna have to make new icons. Yeah, like some of the stuff like this. These two things go away. These stay. Essence cores are different, but that still kind of works. Yeah, see, like this goes away because the workbench doesn't even exist anymore. So I gotta come up with a new route. This would probably go up one. This would go here. That would disappear. That would be the Foundry achievement. Going into the Grimoires, going into Mage Armor. Yeah, I'll end up redoing all this. I think I may start at the center this time, and then kind of like wrap things maybe around, and then like come from the top and then wrap down, kind of have it like swish a little bit. But yeah, I gotta redo. Pretty much the achievements are the next big thing, and then I get to what I think I'm gonna do with the people testing this is I put a lot of work into the survival handbook entries. Right, so if you look at like the obelisk, you know, so I kind of like the idea of most of the information is going to be like, you can look at the achievement and it says like the next thing to do is to get the obelisk. And then instead of having like this whole, you know, section here, right? So like casting in crucibles, you know, the whole crucible part is gone, right? Crucible's gone. But, you know, just like condense this down a little bit and then have most of the information live on the item itself. It's freezing! Not for long. But, yeah, I'm just kind of waiting feedback anyways. That's the last thing that I'm going to end up doing. And eventually, I guess I have to go to 1.21, I guess. I'm not excited about it. I'm hoping that it's not going to cause a bunch of problems in the mod that I gotta trace things down and fix. I was kind of looking at like the 1.21 folder structure. It was weird. It was weird. I think they have some new talent doing stuff, because it was something in like the animals. I think the animals, the way the variants are now, it's like the primary animal, and then I think like something happened with like the age, like it's kind of embedded now. But it's funny because you'll look and you'll see like Jason without parentheses, and then this one has like it's formatted correctly in the JSON, so it's like, you know, someone added just that part. Kind of weird how it's like, you know, kind of like invertebrates, like birds, fish. And then it's like all of a sudden it's like invertebrates and mammals, and it's like I feel like if you're gonna go with the scientific approach, then, you know, there should be invertebrates and invertebrates. And then in that subfolder, maybe you could, like, for the, you know, vertebrates, you could put mammals, you know, maybe fish. You know, like in like invertebrates, I'd probably put a folder that said like insects, because it's like it's full of nothing but insects right now, like grub and butterfly. You know, the folder structure is kind of weird right now in 1.21 for some of the stuff anyways. I didn't look much at anything else really, but I'm just hoping like nothing screwed up with the shader system, right? The rendering system. We'll see. I'm waiting for it to come out though. I'll wait for it to come out before jumping on that ship. And you know what? I really hope that they take their time with it. I really hope they do. I'm gonna look right now. We're gonna look to see. Are we still in a release Oh, I see news. Okay, release candidate 5. Hey, you know what? Let's take a quick peek. Release candidate 5. See, this is what I like. It worried me when it was like I saw release candidate 2, and in the post it was like, there's like nothing wrong with this. You know, it's just about ready to be pushed out, and it's like, slow your roll. The hell are you talking about? There's plenty of problems. It's practically perfect. That's kind of cool. I gotta like the little fishies. Improve FPS in large fields of grass, heather, and simple plants. I mean, that's pretty cool. Oh, but one particular test case. So there's, yeah, this doesn't mean much if it's just one test case though. Depends on what that test case is. If grass plants are short, draw them with shorter faces using draw height. Oh, that's how they did it. Okay, I guess that's relatively interesting. That's interesting. Oh, the reef fish radius. All right. Drops reduced to 0. I didn't even realize they dropped anything. time switch skill now has a slot background to better communicate to the player that it's a slot that they can switch to. I still don't understand what the hell the time switch stuff is, but I hope it had another pass. Those are not spawning for anyone. Significant memory leak. Ooh. Oh, probably with the new storage piles. Ruin bookshelves with lore book. Render the book properly at all rotations. Yeah. Armor stand not rendering. Spearhead and tongs transform was way off. Crucible Z fighting on the bottom. Yeah, see, it's all minor stuff. Crashed a desktop when breaking chiseled coral block. Ooh. Crash loops and player holds a certain invisible block or item. I've seen that in GitHub, actually. Block randomizer, face from schematic during World Gen. A rare exception on the server. Crash the desktop. Oh wow, that was a big one. I don't know about that one. Tool durability loss in recipe equal to 0. Items won't be destroyed even if it has... Whoa, hold on. If tool durability cost in recipe is equal to 0, item won't be destroyed even if it has no durability. I don't know what that is. It sounds intriguing though. But again, nothing that makes me want to jump into 1.21. There you go. You know what? I'll give you a cookie. There we go. Oh no, no cookie? Oh, I gotta react here. Like, here you go. Here's a cookie. Zalia, hey, the time switch is part of one of the story mode locations. Yeah, I know of time switch, I just don't know how one would trigger it naturally in the game. I think it's tied to an item. It was like, honestly, the whole time switch system was what I thought was going to be like dimensions, and I was ready when that came out. I was ready to take time off of work to create like another kind of dimension, like a mod or something for the game, because I desperately want one. I want other worlds to travel in, because this one's kind of boring that we're all in. But I don't know how to... I don't know. I don't know how to trigger it. I don't know what that meant, like, within the... I don't get to play this game. Yeah, it's got, like, a background slot. Like, a slot background. I don't know. It's weird. So we go into, like, game mode 2. Yeah, see, there's, like, there's no time switch thing. So it's not in creative, so I don't know how to get to it. If it's through achievements or what. When I looked at the code before, it kind of looked like it was shoestrung and scotch taped together. It was just like I think literally like the item and you know, like the dimension that it kind of creates, you know, the devastation and like all that stuff was like it was kind of all together. I think there's a hotkey that you could press. Yeah, it was Y. See how like the screen shook a little bit? I think it tries to like go into the dimension, the desolation. But you know, obviously I can't do it from here. But yeah, all right, everyone. I'm getting hungry. My butt's getting sore sitting in this chair. I've been streaming for about 2.5 hours. Not bad. And I still gotta come up with a spell for like what sacrifice is going to do. I wonder if it should be a heal, like a heal that incantation could have, but a heal at a cost. But I feel like that would be kind of useless, right? Unless I could lean into so for sacrifice, maybe I can give people Maybe not give them health. Maybe I could give them mana? Alright, what if it's this? What if I cast Sacrifice to replenish, like, a boatload of mana to someone, like my target, the target mage? But then it gives me the withered effect for, like, a minute. So it severely weakens me to do a direct mana transfer. Oh man, I kind of want to. You know what? I'm not going yet. Kind of want to do this now, just to try it out, just to see. Sacrifice. So this is going to be similar to heal. So let's go into alteration. Let's do a good old flash heal. For this, maybe something like this. Okay, so it's for a selected entity agent only. This test world's just too big. It's too big! So I kind of want shades of black. So what if I do this? I like that. I kind of want. I want a little more darkness. You know, actually, let's tone up the darkness a little bit. Burp, 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 burp. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna do something different here. So I'm gonna do R1, green 1, blue 1, alpha 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. I want more dark than red. And you know what? Maybe I could just do this instead. Hold on. Okay, that's what I was going for. Not a vivid red, like a dark kind of crimson to black. The spell is called Sacrifice. This thing's just too big to see it, but... Alright, so this is kind of what you would see. So you know you're targeting the entity. Alright. Now let's go into Flash Heal. And I'm just going to copy all of this. Paste. All right, so we're gonna send out the ray cast, right? The ray trace, and then you have to have something selected. That something needs to be alive, and I can do selected entity is entity player. Cut all this out, and we're going to create a variable here. Entity player selected player equals static cast on selected entity. Hi, Bingley. What, am I running a little late? You want some treats, huh? I'll give you some treats, big boy. Big little furry boy. What are you smelling? That's metal, buddy. It's my desk. So weird. Did it offend you, Sir Bingley? What is this metal smell that I am smelling? Selected player dot watched attributes dot get bool armor references dot is magic unlocked. We're going to put the default to false, and if that equals true, right? Because I want you to cast I want sacrifice to be successful if you use it on another mage. Okay, so I also want another if statement in here. I want to check for one more thing. And it's going to be on you, the player. So if player dot watched attributes dot get int armor references dot behavior buff wither timer is greater than 0. Right, so if you are withered, I do not want you to it's gotta equal 0. And just in case you don't have this for whatever reason, we're gonna put a default in. Alright, let's get rid of Flash Heal. Here, I'm trying to find where here we go. I want to get a error message sent out. Right, so I want an error message there, because you can't cast Sacrifice on something that is dead. Or, you know, I should do, instead of target is dead, we can do, like, target is invalid. I think that's one of them. Spell failed. Target must be a player, no target selected. Target is invalid. I'll put that in. So that covers, yeah, it's not a player or it's dead, it's not a valid target. And then in here, right, I can say caster is too weak. I could do a good old copy, paste. Target is 2 weeks, spell failed. You are already... you are too weak. All right. What else? What else we got here? I think that's it. Oh, there's one more. Target doesn't... You know, instead of target doesn't have magic, I'll just say invalid again. Right? Because it's not a mage. Perfect. I could probably get rid of that if statement and just add it to here. Could probably do that too. But honestly, who cares? The code runs the same. Dang, it's 5? I'm getting thirsty. I know, buddy. My cat's just like looking at me like, are you getting up? Are you done? Excuse me, sir. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to... God, that bear looks weird. You see, like, the lines every once in a while? Bingley, get down. Hey, don't claw my chair. Stinker. I'll need more claw marks in my chair, man. I gotta save up to get a new keyboard. I can't get another chair. Little stinker. I won't be able to test this because I don't have another player. Damn it, Bingley, get off my shirt. Get down. Go on. Alright, my cat is trying to usher me out. Ushering me out right now. So we got that. You'll be able to target things. Let's go ahead and finish out the spell, because I know what the spell should do. So I'm not going to damage anyone or heal anyone. What I'm going to do is say, I'm going to get you... Here, I'm going to do... RM helpers dot debuff. I want the withered debuff. Right here. Oh my god, cat. You are being ridiculous. I'll put 60 seconds. Stop it, Bingley. Stop it. Go lay down. What do you want your toy on? Is that it? I got a new cat toy that just like, it's got this little like flappy thing that kind of vibrates. Looks like a little butterfly that spins, and it's got like the bottom arm that like randomly moves too, with like the feathers underneath. This cat will like usher me to it and then sit at it and then look back up like as his body's facing it. It's like, put your paw on there. There's like a pressure, it's like pressure sensitive. So he could turn it on himself, but no. Gotta obey the kitties. I have two looking for me judging. Looking at you judging. That's what Bingley's doing. He's like, excuse me. We've been in the same room this whole time, and you've yet to come over and greet me. How dare you? How dare you even consider doing this? Where are my treats, human? I have a litter box for you to clean. Oh, there's my other cat. Super scared like always, because, you know, the inside of the house is so dangerous. You get attacked every 2 steps. We will do... Oh, not siphon. Sacrifice 1 target. We gotta play the sound at the player, and then consume mana for the spell. Okay, so I'm gonna put Withered on you right away. And then... Ooh, yeah, then I want to go to selected player dot watched attributes dot get int. My other cat is by me now too. Maisie. So Maisie, to get my attention, instead of like patting my leg and rubbing up against it, she'll rub up against it, and she'll like, her tail's always up, and she'll curl her tail around my leg and then like vibrate her tail. It's the weirdest thing. And she'll look up at me as she's doing it and go like, meow. If I make eye contact with her, she'll meow. Maisie, can you just stop? Usually when I'm at the computer and I'm streaming, they get treat channel point redemptions, so they're very upset they have no treats yet. Oh, no! No! Maybe I should do something like that. Give kitties a treat. I got 3 big bins of treats for my little kitties. I think they just want the toy on though. I think I'm hungry, so I'm like imposing that on them. Oh, you must want treats. No, it's me that wants the treats. So current mana. Right, so I want to get the current mana. Put a default to it. Let's copy this. And let's get a set int. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the int of the player's mana to whatever their current mana is plus. So what are we thinking for sacrifice? Should it be just 100 mana? Let me think. You're playing with another mage. I'm an incantation mage, and I'm with like an evocation mage. The evocation mage or an alteration mage, right? Take your pick. They are casting things. They're casting spells. I suppose 100 mana isn't gonna be worth it, but 200 mana could. You give a burst of 200 mana to the mage. I'm gonna do an if statement in here because I could oversaturate them with mana potentially. Oh, you know what? I don't have to do that. I have something that ticks, that checks your mana, and if you go above for whatever reason, I cut it down. So that's fine. That is fine. So that's 200 mana. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say this dot mana cost. Oh, should it be 300 mana? It should be 300 mana that you give them. Because this is a tier 3 Mondo thing. So you can sacrifice 300 of your mana to give it to another mage. And then your body withers, which drops your maximum health down to half of whatever it is. So I think for this, because I'm at like 11, technically it goes to like 5 or 6 health. Now with Withered, it's an interesting debuff because if you take no damage when when it's expiring, like if your health is full, you gain that full health back. Right? Like you get all the health back, and it's like nothing really happened. But if you take even one hit, like a single hit, then when your health like returns to normal, your max health, you'll be at like 4 health instead of like 10. You know, like it saves the lower value. So when you're in the withered state, you really want to make sure before it expires you're at full health. Or it's like you take like massive damage, pretty much, because you just don't get that health back. So I think that's fitting. A direct mana transfer spell that weakens you. That being Sacrifice. But you know what? Maybe it shouldn't give you all 300 mana. There's gotta be a spell cost as well. Maybe it could give you 250 mana. Maybe it could do that instead. That way the spell costs something, because you could just take the Withered debuff off of you, right? Like I could unwither myself by casting Dispel, which is fine. But eventually, like, if you cast it again and then you run out of mana and you can't cast a spell on yourself, then you're kind of screwed. I kind of like this. I like how these classes are going to be potentially playing, or each specialization. So I'll do instead of this mana cost, I'll do this stats, and we are going to cast that to an int, and then up here I'm going to say I'm going to want stats. And then we will go into these stats here, and then I'll say 250. Perfect. It'll take 12 seconds with all tier 3 armor on. That's a 6-second cast. Here, we'll just shut down the game. So that would be a 6-second cast if you have all of the haste items, like the belt and everything else. And you got all the best stats for there. This would be a 3-second cast. It would cost 300 mana. If you're tier 3 and you got this spell, you would have about 300 mana just from the tier 3 armor alone, plus the mana that you would have to be able to equip tier 3 armor. So what is that, 250? So that would be 550 mana at this point, plus whatever extra mana points you get from Meditation Insight. So that could be 600 to 700 mana. So being able to cast Sacrifice, dispel the debuff, and then cast Sacrifice again to, like, because you could be in a party with listen to me talking like it's an MMO. But basically, as an incantation mage, I can group up with, like, a conjuration mage, or, you know, like a alteration mage. I could give them a boost of mana to heal them. Or I could give the Evocation Mage mana to do more damage, or I could give the Conjuration Mage mana to, I don't know, make tools or whatever the hell. To lay more runes of explosion. I think this is awesome. This I can't wait to play it. I can't wait to play with the new stuff. Alright, what's the next work in progress thing? Okay, Sacrifice. I think for now, I'll take off the work in progress part of Sacrifice. There's nothing... There we go, here's Sacrifice. Get rid of that. Okay. Perfect. That's everything. Yeah. You know, I used to have one spell school. Alteration used to be like my favorite because it was the most powerful. But I don't know which one's my favorite now. I think out of all of it, it's not Alteration anymore. Well, it's Alteration I really like. Obviously, being able to heal yourself is awesome. Now that they have the Judgment spell, that's pretty cool. The buffs are... I mean, Swiftness alone is the reason to be that type of mage. Evocation is awesome, too. I mean, I've turned them into pretty much, like, damage gurus, like Cataclysm's really strong. Corpse Explosion got a buff. They have all the crowd control stuff now, and they have the AoE Shockwave spell. Right? So pure damage is definitely what they're about. Like, it feels good. Feel to, like, control fighting. Incantation's also one of my favorites. Like, I've always liked classes in an MMO where you were like utility, kind of like EverQuest, right? Like, you know, the Enchanter. You know, like the mana battery, like that's basically what this one is. Like you can make the mana crystals to have other people regenerate their mana. Whispering Void is literally like walking meditation. You know, like they got Wraith Walk, they have the Fly spell, you know, like they got a lot of cool spells. And then Conjuration, like I love Conjuration too, because I love like creation magic. Be able to like summon fire swords and everything else. Like I feel like Conjuration mages are kind of like melee mages. Because I gave them barrier, right? So they can actually take up to, I think it's like 20 health and then 40 health is what the barriers are for. They can lay down the traps with the Rune of Explosion. So you could move while casting this, right? And either cast it right on top of something or lay down a series of traps. Because they last like 5 minutes. And then like as things walk over, it could just like detonate as they're running towards you. And then, like, the ultimate weapons and stuff is really cool. I want to add more stuff where they can summon special kinds of staves, like, specific to the other spell schools. So there would be, like, evocation staff, like a staff of evocation or something. It'll be temporary, right? But if an evocation mage uses that, maybe it would increase, like, the damage output or give, like, spell haste or a chance for a free spell. I want to do like temporary armor as well, like mage armor. So like, you know, you could potentially, if you don't have like a good necklace or something, you could get like a flat tire version of that necklace as a temporary thing. I think that I got plans. I got plans. And then Summoner's Soul is really good too. Letting people have like a health cookie. That's awesome. But all right, everyone. I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, 1 second. All right, that is perfect. Perfect timing. And you know what? We got a couple more people coming in here. Zamana, hey, I guess let's find someone to raid. Before there was like one person, and I'm like, you know, it's just one person. I'll just end the stream. But then I guess I decided to do Sacrifice. Oh, I got to do Particles for that spell too. I'll figure it out though. I'll figure out what Particles to do. Twitch.tv. Who am I following that is playing this game? No one. Alright. As long as it's no one. Winter is coming. Zeke da Geek. Could do that one. Exploding trees with my mind. That's pretty funny too. Who should we raid? You know, I kind of look at people's streams and I just look at their health bars, and I'm like, do they actually have a mana bar? You know, like, are they playing with Magic? Because I feel bad rating them, because I know the Magic mod had issues, which is why I did the rewrite. So it's like I'm ashamed of what's out there now compared to what I've been playing around with and making. So I feel, you know, I feel a little weird, because then I feel compelled to be like, yeah, the big update, right? Because I usually like to raid and run, and you know, then it'll be like, oh, what are you making? You know, and I feel like I gotta answer them, but I'm like, I gotta go. I'm hungry. All right, let's throw it to. Now we can throw it to this dude. Affiliate anniversary. Help me, colonists. I don't know. I don't know what that is. But I guess we could raid this. Nah, we won't raid that guy. I'm trying to think, like, I don't know what that is. Hunting expedition, exploring the lands. You know what? Sparkles, if you can hear me. I don't understand some of this stuff. Day 9, greatest subserver ever. No. Oh, this dude's doing hardcore mode. Alright, we're gonna go with him.
Oh, this is also right.
And he speaks English. He's had 10 deaths. So if it's like me, then yeah, he's probably only been playing like a couple days. I die all the time in Vintage Story, but my guys, my characters that I play always kind of live off of berries. They don't eat real food. They just fertilize the bushes that they're eating from. That's what they do. They don't last long. Boop. Make sure I build. Alright, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. We got a lot of stuff done. I think at this point, almost all the spells are... I say almost. Sacrifice is done. It's got to be tested along with Temporal Funnel and a handful of others. That's going to be in the community server that I get up and running when this is... I think right after I'm done going through the other 5 rituals. Because at that point I would have tested rituals working. Oh, and I got to make that recipe for the temporal chalk. I need that. But once those 2 things are done, yeah, then it's going to be about playtesting and figuring stuff out. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Adios.